One more week in the misery is over.
It's LeGarrette Blunt here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, aka Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to Detroit Lions Talk with MicroMike, where we talk all things Detroit Lions, news, rumors, analysis, breakdown, everything regarding our franchise. In this video, we're going to talk about the aftermath of what took place on Saturday, a little bit of some rumors about a head coaching candidate, as well as draft position for our Lions, a rooting guide for Sunday. Before we get into the video, if you're not a subscriber, that's nuts. Hit that big red subscribe button. Let's get to 12,000 subscribers. Huge shout out to everybody that got me to 11,000 yesterday. You guys are absolutely awesome. I truly appreciate it. Let's get those likes up as well. I would love to get to 100 likes in this video. That would be great. So it was a rough one on Saturday. The Lions got beat up from the floor up, tore up. It was a destruction, the likes that we haven't seen in some time. No help to the NFL regarding screwing our coaching staff due to the fact that they probably could have pushed the game back to Sunday. Nonetheless, it happened and we got beat. You're about to hit an ad break, and when you hit this ad break, do me a big time favor. Do you want the Detroit Lions to lose so we can get a better draft pick? Let me know in the comment section why for yes and for no on Sunday against the Minnisotta Vikings. What does it mean for the team? Well, the season was already over, so not a whole lot, but we have a chance to solidify the draft position, a better spot for the Lions this Sunday. If the Lions lose to the Minnesota Vikings, there is a shot that we can get to the third spot in the draft. Right now, currently, we are the 7th pick in the draft. What we need to happen and the importance of these games is extremely important for the future of this franchise. If we can get a higher draft pick, we have a chance to get a blue chip player that can really help out this team in many different ways. The Lions got to lose on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings, and there's a chance that Stafford doesn't play. That pretty much solidifies that because Chase Daniels is utter failure to the Lions team and a waste of a contract. But let's get to the other games that we need to really pay attention to. And the first one is the Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans. We really need the Texans to win this game. The Texans beat us this year, and if we had the same record, guess what? We have a higher draft pick. It's going to be difficult because all the Texans need to do is get one more win, and it seems like the last couple of weeks they were failing to do that. Come on, Texans, get that win, and the Titans are no pushover. We need the Texans to defeat the Tennessee Titans, and that would put us in the 6th spot, moving up one. The Falcons need to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be difficult because Atlanta, they tend to always start strong, but boy, at the end of games, they fail big time. If the Atlanta Falcons can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it would move us to the 5th spot. So let's go Atlanta. Bengals over the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be a difficult one again. You notice these bad teams are playing good football teams here, and that's going to be difficult. But the Bengals have won as of late. Maybe they can defeat the Baltimore Ravens in an upset, and that would be huge for a draft spot, put us to 4. And Eagles over the Washington football team. Depends who the quarterback is for the Washington football team. If it's Dwayne Haskins, there's a great chance the Eagles can win. If it's Alex Smith, it's going to be difficult, but we got to root for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that would put us at the 3 spot. Why is that important? Because there's just a couple elite players in this draft. If you wanted to go Penei Sewell, he could possibly be there. If you're wanting to get a quarterback, it guarantees you're going to get Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, or Trey Lance. It pretty much guarantees it. No doubt about it. So if you're wanting to get the future quarterback, you have a chance. Last year we had the 3rd pick in the draft. We passed on the quarterback, and now that's looking like a massive mistake when you see Justin Herbert out there balling, potentially being Rookie of the Year. We have a lot to do for this team. We have a lot of rebuilding that's going to do, and it's very important that we have a high draft pick, not just in the 1st round, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We need to get these picks, and we need to get it right. The new GM needs every possible good draft spot to help this team out. We are depleted in the defense. We are depleted on the offensive line a little bit. We're depleted in the wide receiver core with the lack of contract. We need to get some help. So we got to get a better draft position. More likely, we'll probably be drafting maybe in the 6th or 5th. So if we get top 5, we still have a chance to get a really elite player. Generally, drafts, we're talking about 5 blue chip players. You know, if they didn't want to go quarterback, maybe you get Micah Parsons. That would be fantastic, as he is a phenomenal linebacker. My favorite non-quarterback in the draft, Penei Sewell, seems like a long shot because he's probably going to be a top 3 draft pick. So it just depends where we draft and what they want to go with. I think, to me, it's got to be Micah Parsons or quarterback, but we need to have these teams wins. You're about to hit another ad break, and when this ad break takes place, do me a big time favor and go ahead and hit that like button. When you hit that like button, it brings the video out via YouTube algorithm. I'm going against the legacy media, who is a big platform, and I am just one guy trying to get from my information out regarding our franchise. So smash that like button and let's get to 100 likes. We could potentially have the 13th pick. That's the farthest we can go back. And in that scenario, if the Detroit Lions picked all the way to 13, the Lions would have to defeat the Minnisotta Vikings. The Giants would have to beat the Cowboys. The Saints would have to beat the Panthers. Raiders beat the Broncos or tie. Chiefs beat the Chargers. That would have to occur, but that seems like an extreme long shot because the Minnesota Vikings are potentially going to beat us for sure on Sunday due to the fact of our defense and Stafford's injury. There's also some rumors regarding a potential head coaching candidate. It came out per Pro Football Talk that the former college coach Urban Meyer was asked to join an interview with a couple of teams, and one of those teams was the Detroit Lions per Pro Football Talk. If that's the case, it does make sense because Chris Spielman's ties to Ohio State. Would he want to coach here? Not 100% sure. He said he's going to give a week to think about, even if he's interested. In my opinion, my number one coach that I want solidified after watching them play. The defense is miraculous, and we're talking about Robert Saleh of the San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator. Right now, after watching their performance in and out with all the injuries that they sustained, to me, he makes a lot of sense, and our defense is in a world of hurt. He could make it work, but Urban Meyer potentially could interview for the job. We'll find out here. He may be a good coach in college, and he could potentially really be a good coach in the NFL. Not 100% sold on that aspect. I do think it's important to interview everybody, though, so I have no problem with interviews. I think it's important to really do your due diligence to find out who is going to be the leader of this team. I really do think that's important. So I want to see a ton of interviews. I want to see Chris Spielman, the leadership of this team, take the time and interview every single person they can and simply find the best person for the job. I still think that Robert Saleh just makes a ton of sense. It just really, really does. You know, the connections here to Detroit, the sound defense that he brings and what he implicates. To me, it just makes a lot of sense from this aspect. But it's also extremely important not to just fall in love with one candidate and take the time to go through as much as you can with the time that you have. And that's what they're doing. We've seen that with the general manager search. They're going person after person after person, and that's good. Do that. hire the person that is perfect for Detroit, because they need to be a different type of person to be the head coach of the Detroit Lions. You got a franchise that's been in a world of hurt for multiple years, and extremely vital that they find a guy that fits Detroit era perfectly. Really kind of weird considering the fact that the Detroit Lions have not hired a general manager. My opinion is you need to hire the general manager first before you hire a head coach. That is my chain of command, the way I like to see things. But an interview doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just means an interview and a conversation. So I still, hopefully, they do hire the general manager first, then they do the head coach, and then coordinators. But we're going to find out here very soon. A lot of rumors, a lot of news are going to be taking place for the Detroit Lions, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Anytime something happens, come to my channel. I will have the information dropped. That is the whole point. So hit that notification bell and don't miss out. In the upcoming videos, it's going to be sporadic, folks, because the news is breaking so much at different times of the day. You got to be prepared, so I can't tell you exactly times that's going to be dropping videos. But on Thursday, we got the One Pride podcast, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a special guest. I'm really excited to introduce you this gentleman to the YouTube world. Make sure you don't miss out on that. And on Sunday, the final live watch party of the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. Make sure you are there, and we will have some fun.